What's going on, y'all? Back with another video. So I don't know if y'all can hear somebody beating a block right now, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing because I do it myself sometimes. I'm just taking a break from it right now. But I hope it's not too loud to where y'all, you're distracted by it. But in this video, I want to talk about how Satan uses the narcissist to attack you. And I know that y'all probably have heard the saying, there is life and death in the power of the tongue. Sometimes it's said the other way around. There's power in the tongue, but that means that everything you speak, it can be used, in a good way towards your life or in a bad way. It depends on, how you speak on it. If you're constantly speaking negative about something, like in a doubtful way, if you have a lot of doubts and you don't speak too positive about things going on in your life, 9 times out of 10, you're going to stay in that negative place. But if you, kind of turn it around and start to speak positivity over your life and what you want to happen and really claim it, then you kind of see your life turn around for the better and you start to see good things happen. Well, that even goes for when you speak about things that bothers you, things that you're afraid of. See, and how Satan uses that against you. Well, he uses that as a way to get you. He'll use the narcissist to attack you through those demons that you speak of. It can be fear of a certain thing. And once the narcissist, they become attached to you, it's because the devil sent them there. He's always listening, And the thing about it is, the narcissist, he used the narcissist to attack you in ways that kind of weakens you, in ways that hurt you even more and keep you reminded of things of the past that bothers you a lot. See, the devil know what he's doing. And the narcissist, this is just something that they can use so that they can have their way with you. And they kind of bring you right back to destruction because that's their main goal in the first place. So those two work good together. The narcissist, trust and believe. When you speak on certain things that happened in your past, they may sit there and you may think like we talk a lot about how narcissists are very, they're unattentive. They're not really listening to you when you're talking, or how they can be quite rude sometimes and, make a loud noise during the time that you're speaking about something that's very important. When you really expect them to give you their attention, they kind of focus on other things. Again, be very rude and yawn out loud, or, doing a fake cough, or just rudely interrupt you and say things like, I'm sorry, when they really not sorry. They're doing it intentionally just to aggravate you, just to let you know that they're really not there. They're not trying to hear what you're saying. But trust and believe, the narcissists in the beginning, they were listening to everything that came out of your mouth. And they chose to pick what they think will bother you the most to throw back at you. And they do that all the time when you find yourself in a place of, like you arguing with them. When there's a back and forth and you may one up on them. You may have some good points and there's nothing they could say to answer to that. And they can't deny it, but they will not take accountability. So what normally happens is they bring up things that they know will bother you. They hit below the belt. They really don't play fair. They're trying to hurt you. And this is a spiritual attack. I've had it happen to me so many times. I have been in a place to where, I just was feeling weary, down and out, just going through a lot. And this person threw up something in my face that had nothing to do with that. But in that moment, they used that as a way to let me know the reason why I'm feeling the way I do is because of something else that happened. And I'm like, that don't have nothing to do with that. And I'm going to give y'all a quick backstory, because I don't know if y'all ever seen my video. This is old. It's like an old story time when I went to jail one time. The thing about it is, I went to jail for someone else, and I don't want to get too much, go look at the video if y'all want to know about all that. That's a thing in the past. Been buried that. I went to jail for that person, and they threw it back in my face that I went because I wouldn't let them live with me. So that's how narcissists operate when they kind of use your demons against you to attack you, and they want you to feel bad for not letting them have their way with you. They'll bring up things like that, which is very untrue and unfair. Like, how you gonna use that against me when the thing that I did was for you? I went by doing it the wrong way, but I was, just scrambling for ways to do something to help you. And it came back on me. I had to pay the cost. I had to pay for my actions. Was my heart in the right place? Yes. I went by doing it the wrong way, and as that, I learned from it. You also learn patience through things like that. But the thing about it is, the narcissists know when to attack you because they know when you have not healed from things of the past. That if it can easily bother you like that, they know that you're not healed. And even if you're almost there to the point where it just don't bother me like that anymore, they're going to keep digging. They're going to keep pushing that button that's going to finally get that certain reaction out of you. Because that's what they really want. That's what they do. They're bullies. They do some of the most evil things to people just to let you know that, what you did to hurt them, it deserves this right now. This is where it's going now because you did this to me first. They like children. Well, you hit me first. Well, you said this about me. Another example, way back when I was working with the narc, one of the most evil persons that I have ever worked with, who constantly tried to destroy my character at work. And that time when I was still learning about what this whole narc thing is, I confronted her about something, and she got close up in my face, and I just seen a different person. Like, she just was not there. This was something different. And I'm not gonna lie, it scared me. I wasn't looking at a person. Like, it was just something very dark and sinister, and I really seen who I was. Like, it's hard to explain, if you haven't went through it and really seen them. Like, we speak a lot about when the mask slip, but I'm talking about, this is something that you can never unsee. Like, you will always know what it was when you deal with that person in that way, when you went through that, when you experienced that part of them. I lost my train of thought. But like I was saying, this is another example of that. During that time when that happened and that person got in my face, and it's just like they kept pushing me, kept coming close up on me to back me up into a corner. That's what they want to do. They want to scare you. They're bullies. The devil wants to know that they got that power to still scare you. Not only, to attack you, but to scare you. They just want to have control, like total control over everything dealing with the supply, with the person who they have chose to latch on to. But when we went in the office, when the supervisor came and had the meeting with us. And I'm pointing out everything that she did to make me react to her. And all she said in return is, well, what about what you said? But what she was doing in that moment, see, they weren't there. They had automatically took her side because she played a role that I wasn't expecting. See, the devil is very, very smart. Like they're already ahead of it. Very, very tactical, to the point where they already know how you're gonna respond. They know your reactions once they keep pushing your buttons. That's why it benefits them to know your demons. And Satan sends certain narcissists. He used certain ones for certain people for different reasons. Everybody is dealing with something. And if Satan can use somebody to really, attach on to that person, so he can to get another person, so he can get another spirit, because that's what he wants, to destroy a person. That's what'll happen. And they don't care. They will go down trying to take you down. So they don't care about how things are going to make you look, because they don't care how it makes them look. And again, they will go back and forth with you to mess with your mind and make you think that, okay, I know I'm not crazy. When a person start questioning themselves sometimes, like, I know I ain't crazy. Or, I know I heard her say, you did. You did. You heard exactly what was said, word for word, and they meant it. They want you to think that you were just hearing things because you're emotional in the moment. You all in your feelings and you're angry. And they love to throw up that you're angry when you're angry. This is just another attack to make you think that something's psychologically wrong with you. But there's nothing wrong. And you have every right to respond that way. That's a normal human reaction. A normal human reaction. But the evil spirit, they already know how you're going to react to things. And so that's why they use your past. They use those old demons, that you haven't even dealt with. You just buried it. You pushed it aside. They know that it's still, it's still something that they can use. They can bring that back alive. They can wake that back up in you, So that's why Satan uses the narcissist to attack you. Because not only you deal with things from the past, you haven't dealt with things yet. You just kind of buried it, swept it under the rug. You haven't confronted the past. Your demons, things that always bother you. You haven't spoke about it, and they know that. So that's why they bring up things, and you'll be like looking at the person like, and I couldn't believe you said that to me. It was just like that woman I was working with when she brought that up, because that was something then that bothered me before I knew any better. Thank God I'm so, so delivered from that. Like, I don't carry that anymore, because now I know me better, and I know that it wasn't like that the way I had took it in. My own perception of what it was completely wrong. And the devil wants you to think that way again. That's why they attack you. Satan knew, okay, well, this is how she is, so go and get her. And make sure you keep bringing it up. Dig deeper. You want to really weaken her. That's how you destroy, because the devil can't put his hands on you himself. You have to have permission from God to do that. But he can use people who we know already have a cold heart, person who's full of, everything narcissistic. He can use those people to attack you. But back then, even myself, I used to think that it was my fault that my mama passed. I carried that with me a long time. I'm about to end this video in a minute because this light gonna keep turning back on. You know, I thought for a long time, had I did this different, if I, you know, you beat yourself up about it and punish yourself, and I did. I really carried that burden with me a long, long, long time. Well, I won't call it a burden, but it's something that I punished myself about, and I didn't speak on it, but I carried it. And it's like, when I did speak about it, I think that, you know, there is so much power in the tongue that not only God knows, but the devil knows too, you know. And so he heard those times. It could have just been 1, 2 times that I spoke about how that bothered me. And that's all he needed to hear. Only needed to hear it one time, you know. And gonna keep on sending the enemy to attack you. Whereas when God hears it one time, which God already know your heart, but when you speak it into existence, when you speak to God about things, when you really lay it all on him and get it off your heart, he only needed to hear it one time, you know. Where the devil, he got to keep hearing it. He needs you to keep repeating it. That only make him stronger up against you, because you're giving him that power to constantly destroy you, constantly bring that up, constantly keep you in, you know, in the place of remembering what happened, to keep you down, you know. So anyway, I hope I explained my, you know, my perception of how the devil, you know, uses narcissists to attack you. I hope I explained it well enough for y'all get it, you know. I know sometimes I probably be confusing a lot of people, but the way I think of stuff, and especially when it comes to me in a moment, I wish I could word it that way. I really wish I was more articulate to, you know, it just flows. Some people, they just go into the video and everything just, and you just be so into it because you really get it. And they explain it so well. And I know me, I could kind of be all over the place before I finally get it, you know. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Those of you who back after I got it off my mind last week, you know. But thank y'all for still supporting me, still being here. And I haven't went back and looked at any comments yet. I will. It's the weekend. I'm off and I got time. And I'll be coming with more content. And just to speak about a whole lot of other things in due time, though. In due time, it's coming. I have a lot to talk to y'all about. But again, thank y'all for watching. And, you know, like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you soon.